All right, a bill that would require Texas public schools to display the Ten Commandments is headed to the governor's desk. The state's House of Representatives passed the bill this week with an amendment, and the Senate approved that amendment yesterday. But this bill has been controversial. Andrew Schneider joins us now for more on this. He's been covering this story as a politics and government reporter for Houston Public Media. Morning, Andrew. Thanks for being with us. So help us understand the push behind this bill. Why do lawmakers want to display the Ten Commandments inside classrooms?
Well, basically, this goes back to a court case that the Supreme Court decided back in the early 70s called Lemon versus Kurtzman that effectively took away the rights of public schools to the right for states to spend public tax dollars on private religious education. And since then, there have been a number of court cases, basically, which further reduce the abilities of states to spend any kind of public monies on religious education. That was basically overturned in a 2022 case called Kennedy versus Bremerton. You may remember that. It was about the football coach who was praying on the sidelines of a football game during and after the game. And since that court case came through, a number of states, Texas among them, have been pushing to try and put religion back into public schools. There have been a number of bills this session and in recent sessions, and one that passed late last week allowed for periods of Bible study and public prayer in schools. And this is just sort of a larger part of that puzzle.
And we know that other states have made similar pushes, like Oklahoma. I want to ask you about a Supreme Court ruling in 1980, though, and it ruled that a Kentucky law requiring the Ten Commandments to be displayed in public school classrooms was unconstitutional. How might that play into the efforts that we're seeing by Texas to do something similar?
Well, the people that are pushing for this particular law have argued that the overturning of that 1971 Supreme Court case basically invalidated the 1980 ruling in Stone versus Graham. They say that the Stone versus Graham was relying heavily on that 1971 court case, and since the Supreme Court overturned that precedent, that the 1980 case is no longer valid. Now, there's currently a challenge to a similar law that Louisiana passed last year. That's currently working its way through the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, and we should be having a three-judge panel hearing that case at some point soon.
So many threads on this to follow, and an issue important to really so many people. Andrew Schneider, great to get your insight on this. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.